Hey guys, thought I'd come on today and unpack something, a theory that I have. I believe that rape culture is real, but I'm going to make a lot of feminists upset and say that it's due to women and caused by women and primarily perpetrated by women. Now, I'll explain it like this, and I'll put a bunch of things in the description below so you guys can go look at some research and see where I'm getting this theory from. We have an exploding problem right now where many women are being caught raping young boys in schools and primarily in high schools, teachers, things like this. And this is a new thing that's came out in the last 10 or 15 years. I feel that this is due directly to feminism and the emergence of this pedophilia culture where women are saying that all men are trying to just rape young girls or try to say that all men are creepy. And by doing this, psychologically, it bears this out. The mental stats show that a young boy from the age of about 14 or so, when their hormones start freaking out, until the age of about 25 or 26 are like nuts. You know, guys just want to fuck everything they can. They want to stick their dick in any hole that's around. On the other hand, which makes this kind of more difficult, and guys need to understand this, women don't come into their sexual prime until they're in their early 30s, until they're basically their prime is early 30s to mid 40s, basically. Now, how you can unpack this whole rape culture thing is, if you're a college student and you're a boy that just got out of high school, you'll probably be 18, 19 years old. Now, say you go to school. If you want to teach at a high school or a college level, you're going to have to get a master's or a bachelor's. So typically this means 6 years of school. So by the time you get out of college and you've sown your wild oats and started teaching in a high school or a grade school, you'll probably be around 25 or 26 years old. You know, if you've done it slow, like a lot of people have, you might be 27, 28 years old. But for a man, that's kind of where, you know, your libido is kind of dropping off. You know, you're not really so important about it. You know, that doesn't matter. But when it comes to a woman, when they go and they get these classes and they hit 27 years old and they start teaching, they get seniority and they hang around, and by the time they're about 32 or 33, they start looking at these 14-year-old boys with hard-ons in class and thinking, I want to get me some of that, you know. And we have many cases, and this is what really disgusts me about most people, is they want to ignore the fact that most of the rapes that are documented are allegations from women about men, and I'm not saying that all of them are wrong. I'm just saying that a majority of the rape allegations are false claims. But men are so programmed to believe that a rape allegation against a man is so unbelievable that they can't talk. They can't tell anybody because they will just be laughed at. You know, if a man goes into a police station and says, I was raped, you know, they'll first obviously think that it was a man, which a lot of rape cases are. A lot of rape cases are men against men, and you know, that needs to be talked about too. But many of them are from women, you know. And I had myself. I've been raped by a woman 3 times in my life. And the first one was my mother. But, you know, these rape allegations that come out from women are becoming more and more prevalent. I'll put, like I say, a bunch of things in the description below. TJ, the amazing atheist, was talking today about a former Ravens cheerleader that gave a 15-year-old friend of her son head while he was sitting next to the son of her, you know. So I mean, it sounds really cool. You know, these are things that a lot of people don't seem to understand. It sounds, a lot of people have these sexual deviant thoughts. You know, we all have these things that we think it sounds really cool, but when you're actually involved in it, it's not really that cool. You know, we always have, you know, people, especially guys, you know, we always have these things that we say, like, you know, oh, if I was there, I would have kicked his ass, and oh, if I was there, I would have done this, and you know, that kind of thing. And then when we're actually in the situation, we just stand there with our mouth open, wondering what the fuck we should do, you know. And this is the typical thing that will happen. So we have this explosion right now of female rape against young boys. Also the problem that we're having is in our culture, which is a rape culture, men are the only ones that are considered pedophiles and deviants, and because of feminism. So when feminists, when a female is accused of raping a child, typically they don't get prison time. And if they do, it's less than 3/4 of what a man would get. Like say 30, this lady was in her 40s. So say a 40-year-old man ate out a pussy of a 15-year-old girl when she was sitting next to his 15-year-old daughter. What do you think would have happened there? Do you think he would have gotten jail time for the weekend, every other weekend, for 2 years? Because that's what the woman got. You know, and this is where you're always hearing these things about fair and equality from women. Well, does that sound equal to you? A woman rapes a 15-year-old boy and gets every other weekend in jail for 2 years and probation. Would that happen if that was the same case with a little girl, with a 15-year-old girl? No, of course it wouldn't be. But this is where women want to act like men are the only people who are the problem in society. And this is due directly to the fact that because of this narrative they've came up with, where men are predators, it's very hard. I'm a teacher. It's very hard for me, in any country really, because of feminism, it's gone to every country. It's very hard for me as a male teacher. I'm a music teacher. Even with a PhD, it's very hard for me to teach anywhere. College, high school, anything. Because as a male, you're considered to be a predator. And a male who wants to deal with children and wants to teach children is just creepy. Yet a woman that wants to do it, well, they have a motherly instinct, and they're perfectly fine. And because of that, about 74% of all teachers in the world right now are females. And because of that, you're seeing an explosion of rape cases and rape allegations of women against young boys. And because of that, it's also not being paid attention to. We have this culture now because of feminism where all women act like all women can do no wrong. And anytime something comes up with Anna Kasparian and all these people, anytime any of this stuff comes up on the Young Turks or the regular TV or anything like that, it's always marginalized. Anytime a rape allegation comes out from a woman raping a young boy or doing something to a young boy, it's not a problem. It's not that big of a deal. You know, all boys just want to get fucked by their teacher. It's, you know, something every boy wants, right? Yeah, you know, every boy wants to get raped by their best friend's mom while their best friend sits there and watches him. Every boy wants that, right? Sounds fun. I mean, not to me, but I'm sure sounds fun to somebody, right? You know, if you're a fucking sexual deviant, that sounds fun. You know, if you're some crazy fucking woman that wants to rape a 15-year-old boy, I guess that sounds fun, you know, but that's not a problem, right? Because it's not a guy. It's not a 45-year-old guy eating a girl's pussy out that's 15 years old sitting next to her daughter, you know, because that's the only problem, you know. So that's what I thought I'd come on and talk to today. It's just I'm getting so sick of this whole rape culture, acting like men are the only ones that do rape, and that we need to stop these rape allegations, and you know, we need to teach men not to rape. Yet a grand majority of the rape cases that are reported and not reported are men. And most of those cases, like 90% of those cases, are not taken seriously because it's a man, you know. If a man rapes a man, you know, like say in prison, which is where over 130,000 cases of rape happen every year and are reported and are not taken seriously because you're in prison. You're supposed to get fucked, you know. So that's fine, you know. You just doesn't matter, you know. We're not going to do anything about it because if you go to prison, you're going to get fucked in the ass. That's just what happens, you know. And you know, the other cases, some reported, some not, and even the cases where a teacher or somebody like that, a pedophile that's a teacher, female, rapes or has sexual relations or comes on to a student, the parents, usually the mother, will be upset, but the father will try to make the son feel like that's like the best thing ever. And usually they get less, they get lenient, whereas they want to open up a lynching party if it's a male that does it, because that's the only problem, you know. A male having sex with an underage kid, oh my God. But a woman, you know, a 32-year-old hot teacher having sex with 5 or 6 students, well, you know, that's not rape, really. You know, kids, all guys would love that, right? Yeah, all guys would like to hang out with 5 of their friends at a teacher's house and get fucked, you know. That sounds like a great orgy party for a 15-year-old or 16-year-old student to have sex with their teacher and 4 or 5 of their friends, you know. Because, yeah, we all want that, right? That sounds amazingly fun, you know. But that would only be a problem if that was a 31-year-old male teacher and 5 female 15 or 16-year-old students. Well, that's different now. You know, that's completely different. You know, of course them 15-year-old girls wouldn't want to fuck that 31-year-old teacher, and that would be just lascivious. That would be just horrible. We got to put him away for 15 years. you know. But the girl, the female teacher, well, you know, that's, every guy wants that, really. Don't put her in jail. You know, she should just get probation. Maybe lose her job, you know. Go work at Starbucks or something. Yeah, you know, that'll be the best day of those kids' life for the rest of their life, right? You know, that they got, you know, raped and had an orgy with their 31-year-old teacher and, you know, fucked her with 5 of his friends. Yeah, that's completely different, right? Yeah, sure. So, if you liked this rape culture rant and you want to see more stuff like this, or you have any comments or questions, leave them in the section below. Share, like, and subscribe, and have a good day.